Oh, things are hot here, that's for sure. You know, some people think Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. I say September 14th is the most wonderful time of year. That's tomorrow, and that is when the Hall of Flame calendar is going to be released. And Jody, which is your favorite month?
That's a tough one. I think I'm going to have to study a little bit more closely that Hall of Flame calendar tomorrow or over the course of this morning.
Well, we're getting a bit of a preview this morning, so that's coming up in about 4 minutes. I got a tough assignment. You know, actually, before I chat a little bit about where we are, why don't we pull up the cover of the Hall of Flame calendar 2013, which is, by the way, being released tomorrow. So we're giving you your first peek of it. But we thought, you know what a better way to launch it for us here on Breakfast Television than making it here to a fire hall. We're here in Firehall 15. And Adrian, first of all, which hall do you work out of?
I work at Firehall down at 54 in Kerr.
So a little shout out to everybody.
That's right. Hey, how's it going this morning, boys?
And you were a calendar guy last year.
Yeah, September 2012. So
are you
this
happy
month.
to kind of pass off the reins a little bit?
It's good to get involved in a different kind of way, you know, help out, you know, when you can't just be front and center. It's nice to kind of hide in the background.
Well, you know what, we're in Firehall 15, which appears to have a lot of history. Maybe tell us a little bit about this particular fire hall.
Well, Firehall 15 was originally built in 1913 and was recently reconstructed and reopened in 2012. There's a lot of history behind this hall. So the building that we're actually standing in right now, the part of the hall, is actually the original fire hall itself. So where we're standing used to be the truck bays. So you actually had horse-drawn carriages and stuff like that in here. And the new structure in the back there is actually the new, we have all our bays now.
Wow, very cool. We're going to make our way in there a little bit later. But Daniel, of course, you were also a calendar boy last year. Maybe just tell us a little bit about kind of the importance of this gentleman right here.
This gentleman here, Captain Robert Hall, was actually very instrumental in getting presumptive cancers on our list of cancers that if we get affected by them on the job, that we would be covered, or our spouses, you know, would be covered in that regard sort of later on in life. There's also a legislative conference in Victoria that's been renamed after him as well. So he's a pretty important figure in our department and our history for sure.
And the Hall of Flame calendar actually very, very important in raising money for a very good cause. It's all about the kids, and we're going to learn more about that in a little bit. But again, it's on sale beginning tomorrow. Various London Drugs, Save On. You can always go to the website coming up on your screen as well. They've also got a big launch party, Jody, that we'll tell you about throughout the morning. But coming up a little bit later, we are going to meet at least 8 of the 12 months in the Hall of Flame calendar. Hey, Russ, have you gotten any emails from the women in your life saying, hey, can you score me one of those calendars?
Only my wife, and the subject matter wasn't anything about the calendar. Yeah, I'll get her one.
There you go. Well, of course, we're giving you a little bit of a preview of the Hall of Flame calendar. Coming up in the next 4 minutes or so, we're going to learn everything about the trucks here to the equipment. You know, why do they leave it all on the floor there? But where's my producer? Tamara, hello. Oh, apparently, Jody, Tamara's a little bit busy right now. Oh, we'll check in with these guys and all the various months coming up.
Dawn, I don't know how you do your job. It's so difficult, the stress, the anxiety involved.
Yeah, it's fire engine red we're all wearing, and we're actually inside one of the fire trucks right now, and we are in with one of the calendar men. Actually, let's pull up the picture right now of Mr. March. We've got our good friend Len. First of all, what was that experience like being in that calendar?
Nerve-wracking. It's hard to be in front of the camera like that and twist this way, turn that way. It was hard.
Yeah, speaking of twisting and turning, obviously you're kind of having to bend down. We're inside the truck right now. More space actually than I thought. If you're actually the right height, you wouldn't even have to, you know, bend down.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we need a lot of room back here because this is where we would get set up and ready for whatever call, whether it's medical or fire.
How many firefighters would be in this truck at any given time?
Well, you could have 5 in this. Usually it's a 4-man crew, and but yeah, we got 3 seats ready to go.
Excellent. All right, well, I'm going to start making my way out. And again, if you haven't seen Len's picture, he is Mr. March, so we've got that picture to show you right now. But I'm going to make my way over to our good friend Mike, who's standing by. Mike, I'm going to make my way over here. First of all, let me just pull up your picture. Hello, Mr. August. How did you like to be a part of the hottest month in the Hall of Flame calendar?
It's a nice honor to be a part of the hottest month of the year. Yeah, it's definitely good.
Awesome. Well, you know, you walk around the fire hall right now, and I go, where's all this clothing doing on the floor?
Yeah.
There's a reason for it, right?
Yeah, we're not just messy people. We have to have our gear ready for us at any time.
Okay, so which way would I have to stand to get in? I guess over
to
here?
get in these guys, yeah, I can turn them to the camera for you.
All right, sure.
So we'll go like that. So we always have our boots and our pants.
Yep.
So you can just step right into there.
Just like this?
Yep.
Nice big boots to fill.
Yep, big boots.
And so how long does it take you to get all geared up? You know, if you get the call to go out, how fast can you actually get all geared up in here?
30 seconds to a minute, hopefully, with your pack on.
And then just pull it up?
Pull it right up, yep. Just like this.
Just like this?
Yep.
Just like this? 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 Just like this?
and it's Velcro at the front. You can cinch it if you want.
I'm going to cinch it for sure because it's a lot more flattering if you cinch it.
If you cinch it.
I'm going to continue to get dressed here right now. By the way, if you want to pick up the Hall of Flame calendar on sale beginning tomorrow, check out the cover of this thing, by the way. It is hot. Every month of the year is hot. All raising money for a wonderful cause. For more details, you can go to their website. It's all about helping the kids, getting them to burn camp and everything.
Absolutely.
It must be very satisfying to be able to participate in something like that.
We want to raise $100,000 this year, so yeah, everyone get out and come support.
That is the ultimate goal, Jody. Back to you, and we're going to continue to make our way into the kitchen, actually, the Firehall 15, coming up in the next segment.
Boys?
Yeah, I don't want to quite ask them what kind of underwear they wear, but I will tell you that if you buy the Hall of Flame calendar, you will not see them in much more than underwear. That is for certain. In fact, let's show you the cover of that Hall of Flame calendar. It's kind of your first look. It gets released tomorrow. There's a big launch party happening at Republic. More details on their website, but we're in the kitchen right now with Mr. June. Chad, you're also cooking here for us today as well, right? Is this kind of a typical thing that happens on a daily basis here in the halls?
Yeah, we usually cook lunch and do dinners, and we usually do big meals like this that are easy to put together. And yeah, everybody gets to join in, and it becomes a fun event.
But Chad, how much could you possibly be eating? Because why don't we pull up your picture right now in the Hall of Flame calendar? Abs of steel, like what kind of criteria is it when you get picked for this calendar?
Well, you do spend a few extra hours in the gym, but yeah, and you have to cut down on the portions, but there's never a shortage of food around the fire hall.
Well, let's maybe talk a little bit about who. So, you know, you got the people that cook, typically the new person on staff or crew?
It's typically the junior guy that gets the cooking duties, but if somebody has some culinary experience, they tend to migrate towards those duties, and everybody else gets to benefit from that as well.
Now, which station do you work out of first off?
I'm in Coquitlam.
You're in Coquitlam, and Neil, we got you standing by assisting here. Which station do you work out of?
I work out of East Van, 2nd Victoria.
So a little bit of a shout out to everyone. You, by the way, are Mr. April. Let's pull up your picture, looking mighty handsome, raising money for a great cause. Tell us a little bit about where the money goes for people that buy the Hall of Flame calendar.
It goes towards the CKNW Orphans Fund for one, muscular dystrophy, ALS Society. There's a bunch of different.
And there's a big party that's going to be happening, Chad, by the way, tomorrow at Republic, kind of a launch of the calendar. People, by the way, can buy the calendar at London Drugs, Save on Foods, also the website. Will you be in various states of uniform for this party, or could people expect something a little more,
well, we're gonna
or a little less, I should say?
We're going to keep that for a surprise, but yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Awesome. And this is going to be done when? Coming up in our last segment at about 8:30?
Take about an hour, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, Jody, again, we are going to continue to cook here in the kitchen where things are hot. And look, at everyone here is waiting to be fed. So we'll see you just after celebrations, and we'll taste the finished product hopefully just after 8:30. And Andy, when we met first thing this morning, I actually had seen you somewhere before. You actually sang the anthem last year at the hockey game. Tell us a little bit about how that came about.
That's right. It was a preseason game with Anaheim, and back then the Canucks were celebrating the emergency services crews that had responded to the riots. So I think for 3 games I had guest emergency services.
And I loved it. I was actually at the game. First of all, you were also Mr. 2014 Hall of Flame, very back of the calendar. Take a look at his picture right now. I remember tweeting that day saying you had one of the most spectacular voices I had ever heard. My husband and I were both there. I had tears in my eyes. It was so beautiful. So, you know, I know that we only had one celebration today, but I know that there are other people out there having a birthday. We thought we'd get the other calendar firefighters to maybe help us sing. And Andy, you and I maybe sing a little bit something together. Let's go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to everyone out there. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everyone. How about a round of applause for our good friend Andy. Jody, one of the most beautiful voices I have ever heard. And again, if you want to support the Hall of Flame calendar, again, it supports kids in the burn camps. You can actually buy it starting tomorrow, London Drugs, Save on Foods. You can go to their website. They've also got a launch party. So if you thought these guys look good and sound great now, go to Republic tomorrow at 7 o'clock, all in support, again, of the Hall of Flame calendar.
Dawn, I got to tell you that one of the firefighters in the calendar used to be a neighbor of mine. And say hi to Duncan for me.
Which? Oh, we're going to chat with Duncan in just a moment. Hold on. Okay, come on in here, though. Look at this, Michelle. This is what Chad made us earlier. Tell us again, Chad, what did you make here at Firehall 15?
It's a Spanish seafood paella.
And what's your signature when you're cooking for the crew here?
It's a lot about presentation. I think firm believer that if it looks good, it's going to taste that much better. So, yeah. How is it?
It's fabulous. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is it spicy enough for you?
It's very spicy and very hot. Oh, it burns going down a little bit though, man. That's hot. Okay, we're here at Firehall 15. By the way, lots of different divisions here as well in the calendar, right? The Hall of Flame calendar.
Correct, yeah.
So don't be surprised if you see someone from Coquitlam or Delta or anywhere really as far as the Lower Mainland, including Duncan. Now, by the way, Duncan, first of all, hello, Duncan. Hall of Flame calendar. Michelle McDermott, our traffic reporter, says you used to be a neighbor of hers.
That's correct, yeah.
Did you have any secrets that you can share with us about Michelle McDermott?
Not that don't involve me, so no, probably not.
I love it. Awesome.
Just kidding, Michelle.
By the way, okay, Duncan, by the way, is Mr. May in the Hall of Flame calendar. By the way, launching tomorrow. May you tell us a little bit about how you guys get picked to do this calendar? Because again, it's firefighters from all over the Lower Mainland.
The calendar committee puts the word out, and then you figure out if it's something you want to do. You go to an information meeting and sign up. They're very good about explaining the time commitment for it, where the money goes, and the whole procedure.
And again, the money does go towards, what is it, the burn camps or? Pretty much.
Orphans Fund, burn camps, burn units, the Vancouver Charitable Society. So it goes to a whole lot of places.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, by the way, everyone start making your way there to have something to eat, except for Eric, because Eric, by the way, is, well, let's see a picture of you, first of all. Eric is single, ladies. How is this even possible?
Oh, I don't know. It just happens sometimes, you know. Just enjoying it.
So this is kind of a bit of a, we have a picture that's coming up right now, actually, of Eric. This, again, is essentially a calling card for you. I mean, someone goes, who is Eric? Look at the picture. They're already got a first impression of you. But for anyone that wants to go a little deeper, what is great about Eric?
Just a real gentleman, you know. It's yeah.
Do you bring flowers on a first date?
Oh, of course I would, yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. Would you go Dutch or would you pay?
Oh, I'd pay.
See, a gentleman. By the way, if you want to email us comments at btvancouver.ca, we're happy to pass on any information to Eric. And the Hall of Flame calendar. By the way, everyone's loading up to eat something here. The big launch happening tomorrow at Republic. You can also get your calendars at London Drug Save On. You can also go to the website on your screen, all supporting a fabulous cause. Thanks so much. Hey, how's the food, everybody? Looks great? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Jody, tough gig today. I'm going to go eat some of this good eating here.
Very tough gig for you, Dawn Jubé. And tomorrow, Dawn, you're on assignment.
I'm on assignment. I'm making my way to Whitehorse, actually. We're covering a Habitat for Humanity, a piece that will run later on next week. It's going to be the first home that's being built, actually, in Canada on a reserve. So we're going to meet the National Chief as well and find out why it's such an important initiative for Habitat for Humanity.